Is it clear? So let us go ahead and start working on Firebase. Now, first of all, I've showed us the flow of what we want to work on, right? How many of us are done with this project? Are you done? 1, 2, 3. Is she done? I think she's on 4. Those 2 people are left. Okay. So I want you to try as much as possible to finish this before what's the name? Yes, now we're doing it now. We're working on it now. Joking with them. When did I start asking comments? Okay, you have a question. I thought you said you have a question. Okay, no question. So we're going to start working on it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the folder. So I'm going to open up the folder. I think I should have it in my documents. So let's check. Nope. Just a moment. So all right, so this is it. Good. So I'm going to select the folder, and then we're going to have this now. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So first of all, I want everybody to go ahead and go to Firebase. So go to come to Google and search for your Firebase console. Just search Firebase console. Now, how many of us have I don't want to assume, so as I'm asking, how many of us have Google accounts? Everybody have you? So you have Gmail. Are you using Gmail? Are you using Yahoo Mail? Which one? Gmail. Okay. So that means you have. So now, if you have Firebase, just click on Firebase here. So once you click on Firebase, you should have something like this. You can see this. You can see it. Good. Now click on Go to Console. Now, if you click on Go to Console, you should have something like this. Are we all here? Are you here? Where are you? Yeah, you don't have to sign up. You have Google, right? Google account. So let me see. Exactly. This is what you have. Yes. So Google is on our Firebase. You don't need to sign up again. If it's not if you have to sign up. And how will you? Yeah? Is your email linked to your system? To your Chrome? You start with again. Just do the same step. Is it? This is it. Anti-gravity.
It's similar to VS Code. This is yeah, you can add extension. In fact, all my extensions on VS Code, I imported it on. This is anti-gravity. I imported it on anti-gravity. But one thing about anti-gravity is that there's just like better than when it comes to IT. When it comes to text editor, anybody can, as long as it aids in development or it makes your life. Now, for instance, have you heard of Cursor before? Cursor is also a text ID, but it is it's based on VS Code, but it is like an ID that they integrated AI into. So some people want to build with AI, only AI. I also have Cursor. Cursor is here. So some people want to build with AI, but if you are now trying to, VS Code is not exactly like, yes, you can build AI on your VS Code, but it's not exactly 100% AI. But Cursor, you can build with AI 100% without interruption. You understand? So anti-gravity also has its own its own advantages. VS Code has every single thing I am seeing here, they are built on VS Code. Anti-gravity, Cursor, they are basically using VS Code syntax. So if you notice, this is just like a VS Code extension, Remote Explorer. It's just like a VS Code. They don't have them again. You started your system. Yeah, you formatted your system. So you don't have them again. Check. SCSS, okay. Okay. So first of all, you have to download, just write them down now. Download Prettier. You can just type it down. Let me see. Uh-huh. From that. Hmm? You what? Mm. It's not really, I don't think it's working again. It's depreciated already. I turn on it. Yeah, so just turn it on. All right, so let's continue. Was I? So take in, have you downloaded Live Server? Prettier, SaaS compiler. That's all now. That's all you need. That's all you need. Or download ESLint. You don't need that one. Download ESLint. So I don't think you need any more. All this four. Auto close tag, auto complete tag, auto rename tag, and auto semicolon. Download that, you can download them. It's not, you don't need them, but just to have automatically have semicolon. First, just to like quickly automatically cover it for you. So instead of putting it yourself. Go to control, top right. That's why I said yes. Autocomplete tag. Anyone, both opening self-closing tag and normal opening and closing, it works for it. Yeah. Is it working now? Yeah. All right. So let us move on. Now, if you've signed on, if you have your Firebase account, you'll be seeing something like this. First prompt here is create a new Firebase project. Then do you have this? Second one is start coding an app. So you can start coding an app from a template. What do you have? Go to console. That's why I said top right. Go to console. Can you see go to console top right? You know, there's also this. You can you say get started with the Firebase project? Good. That get started is like you are creating a new Firebase project. So just hold on first. Now, this is basically how Firebase looks like. Now you can go ahead and create a new Firebase project. So click on get started and name it anything. Click on get started projects, blah blah blah. Can you see project name here? So you can name it anything. You can say Tech Edu first project. Okay, continue. Now, so if you click on continue, you should see AI assistance. Probably if you want AI assistance, but I don't want us to have AI assistance. Yes. Why are you? There's no access for extensions. Yeah, accept. So remove the AI because if you are very, very, like I said, AI is not always the best place to start learning. So if you are very, very, very conversant with Firebase, you can start using AI. I don't even use AI on Firebase. So you can just remove it to continue. Now, Google Analytics, you don't need Google Analytics because you're not really going to, this project is not going to it's not really one of your main projects. It's just to learn Firebase. So remove Google Analytics. Google Analytics is maybe you have users on your Firebase now and you want to get just to track them, the traffic on your website. You can use Google Analytics. Integrate it in your application in Firebase and then it works. Yes. So you can use Google Analytics. And since Google also owns Firebase, it's easier for their search engine to know the amount of users. Nothing is going. No. Continue. Okay, you've clicked on create project, and this thing has with the same ID. Okay. What did you use? What was your name? Tech Edu project. What did you use? Tech Edu first project. So you are taking it. Why you Tech Edu first project? And it worked. Yes. Have you used Tech Edu first project on Firebase before? Just use first project. Don't worry. Just use first project. Oh yeah, try it. Oh yeah, try it. Create project. Even my own is telling me the same thing. Just try another name. Just use another name. Just use another name. First project. Ah, good. I just use first project. See what I use now. This first project is working work now. Just change name. That's oh yeah, use it. Ah, good. So if you are on your project now, this so that's another nice suggestion. So if you've created your project, you should have something like this. Have you created it now? Use me. Okay, just use test project. So if you're able to create it, this is what you're saying. So it should show you your name. My name is Peter. Hello, Peter. My name is Paul. Hello, Paul. So welcome to your Firebase project. Now, what you need here is not even this, right? As you can you see build here? In your left. Yes, build. The name is not working. You have to use another name. That name is not working. Now, you see build, you see run, you see analytics, you see AI. That's if you are using AI. Now, you are using build here. If you open up build, you can see app check, you can see app hosting, you can see authentication, data connect, extensions, Firestore, functions, hosting, machine learning, real-time database, and what? Storage. Now, in this place, right, all of these things that you have here, right, they are what you use in adding additional functionalities in your project with Firebase. So for instance, you want to have authentication. Users should be able to log in, right, and register. That's what authentication. Users should be able to use to store things on your website. That's what Firestore. Users should be able to that's Firestore and storage. That's storing of things. Now, Firestore and storage are somehow different. Firestore in the real sense is basically used in storing users, right? You can store users. So if you want to have authentication users, you can store users. But if you want to have storage, right? Your storage cannot be used in storing, like you can have images, videos, that's like your storage files, right? But Firestore, you can use Firestore in storing users. Now, I'm just trying to explain, you're still specifying it. I'm just trying to explain all of these things to you. So your build is basically using building those core functionalities that you want in your application with Firebase. Is it clear? That's what your build is for. Now, you can go ahead and read documentation on them. Now, there are documentations on all of these things. So, what am I saying? If you come right here now and you search for, let's search for Firebase console, right? Now, if you search for Firebase console and you click on Firebase, now, in this place, you should be able to see. Now, can you see docs here? Docs. If you click on docs is like, I told you that before you can integrate any API, what do you have to first of all do? Read the docs. Because something, read the manual. Read the manual. You cannot understand anything in programming if you do not read the manual. All of this that I've been teaching you since HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, they have a doc, a document, a manual. Now, the reason why I did not enforce you to read it because something I can just easily explain to you. But now in JavaScript, it's not like that. API is not like that. You cannot teach all APIs. I can only teach you how to read docs. Then you can now go ahead and start reading docs on APIs on how to integrate them. Now, if I'm able to integrate one API with you, I'm very, very sure that you can integrate other APIs. So it's important. Now, in this read any doc. So let's search for something. Let's say in this documentation, or can you see build? Go to Firebase group, Firebase or Firebase console. Let's just do it again. So you go to Firebase console. So Firebase console. Open a new tab. Go to Firebase. Can you see Firebase here? Click on Firebase. And once you click on Firebase, you see Docs. Click on Docs. Now in your Docs, you will now see all of these things here. Now you can search for anything. Probably you want a functionality that might be a little bit, you don't know how you can go about it. You can search for it in this place, right? So let's say integrating AI in my application with Firebase. You can search for it. If Firebase have that, if they have that, what's the name? That service, if they will show you, they don't have it, they will say that no, they will tell you that no, this service does not exist. Now, some APIs are very vast and they actually offer any amount of service, but some they are limited. Do you get? That's why Firebase, I feel like Firebase is very, very interesting to use. Your MongoDB is just for database, to storing things, for storing things, right? Firebase, you can host on Firebase, just like you have Vercel for hosting. Firebase, you can host on Firebase. You can have database on Firebase. You can integrate any amount of functionalities on Firebase. Firebase is not just for database. Authentication is there. Storing of documents is there. Storing of users is there. Hosting of your application is there. Both front end and back end is there. You understand? That's why Firebase is very vast. Like I said, it's very interesting to use. If you are a new if you are a beginner in tech, it's very important for you to understand Firebase. It is beginner friendly and it's easier to understand if you put your mind to it. There's that clause, there's that command there. If you put your mind to it, and if you are very, very dedicated to learning, you will learn Firebase. Easy. You can pick up Firebase in 1 month. Easy. So now, this thing that I'm doing right now is that's taking out 2 weeks of work from that 1 month, explaining all of these docs for you. Now you have build. You know, I told you that your build is for what? Building everything that gives your application core functionalities, right? Now in this build, what exactly are we interested in doing in our application? Authentication, right? To make sure that users can be authenticated. So all you have to do is go to authentication. So as you can see in authentication, right? What authentication are you trying to build for? Are you trying to build for iOS, Android, Flutter, Web, C++, Unity, or Admin? Which one are you trying to build for? Yeah? Web, right? So you open up Web. Now, what type of authentication are you trying to implement? Are you trying to implement password authentication or email link authentication? Or you're just trying to implement signing with Google or Facebook login or signing? Which one are you trying to implement? Password, right? Now, yeah, which one? Yes, password. Why are you trying to implement password? You're trying to implement password because now this email link is not because there's email. Have you seen some application whereby you don't input password, just input email, they send you OTP. That's what this email link is for. They send you a link to be able to verify. But what we're trying to do right now is not email, just not email link, it's what email and password. That's what both you're going to have both email and password. But if you use just email link, it's only what before that verification purpose. Now, if you click on password verification now, you should have what password verification. Now, as you can see, you have what the documentation for creating password-based accounts. Now, in this place, to create user, what do you see here? What do you need? You need what? The authentication, you need what? The email, and then you need what? The password. Now, this is how you can understand how to get all of these docs yourself. Now, you don't need to understand much about these things. It's not important. All you just need to understand is that you are getting their own module, you are importing their modules, and then what you are creating your functionalities from their modules. Is it clear to you? Do you understand it up to this point? Okay, so let me look for the perfect explanation. When we talk about modules, right? Modules are functions, right, that there are functions that are imported. Let's just keep it like that. What am I saying? Let me just give you a quick intro into modules. And so, for instance, I'm going to have my script. Yeah, let's have this script. And then we have what? Script tag. Now, these two things are going to have them. Now, okay, let's just have the script.js. Now, in this script, right, I want to create a function. So I can say const new function, right? No. This is, I'm just showing him one module. New functions. In these functions, what do I want to do? I want to alert welcome. I want to alert welcome to tech edu. This is a function, right? Now, in this case, I can just export this function. Export this function. Now, what exactly have I just done here? I exported a function, right? Because I want to be able to use this function in another in another example. So what I exported the function. Sorry, this. Okay. So I exported the function. Now this particular function is a module. Why? It is a function I created in another application, in another file, to be used in what? In another file. Do you get it now? So now I can now easily come here. So I'm going to come to my index.html now, and so I'm going to let's create okay, there's app.js. Good. So now in this app.js, I'm not going to like uncomment everything. Now I can import something. So let's say import. So let's try to import a particular function. Let's say we are trying to import what's the name of the function here? The name of the function is what? New function, right? So I'm going to go ahead in my app.js, wrap it up in this. I'm going to say new function. Now, as you can see, where have I just imported it from? New function from where? Script. Do you understand it now? Now I can just easily call out my new function. I can say what? New function as a function. Right? Now, as you can see, I called the function in another place. But what did I do? I exported it here first. Now, if I go live, watch what's going to happen. If I go live now and I try to come here, just note what might happen. So I'm going to refresh. You know what? I have to use it in something much more. Where's my app.js? So I'm just going to like Control Z. Good. Now I'm going to open up another window just so that I can explain it better. So now, in this window, I'm going to open up a folder. I'm going to call this folder let's call it class. What class are we now? 11. 11, are we? No, we're not in class 11, we're in week 11. So let's just try week 11. Now, in this place, I'm going to open up HTML and CSS and HTML and JavaScript. So I'm going to have what? Index.html, and then I'm going to have what? App.js. And I'm also going to have script.js for our what? For our module. Right? Now, in this place, in my script.js, I cannot create const new function, right? And in the new function, I'm going to make it an arrow function, right? And we're going to have, so we're going to say alert welcome. Do you understand? Now I'm going to export this function so that I can now use this module in other files. Do you get it? That's what your module is all about. Now in my app.js, I'm not going to import it here. I'm going to say what? Import. So I can now say what? New function from where? From, you can have it in what? Script.js. So you can have script.js. .js. Because that was where the function was what defined. Do you get it now? Now I can easily go ahead and I can call my function here. I can say what new function. Now I'm going to open up my HTML. Oh, forgetting that it's going to take time to load. Let me just write my script. Are we tired? You're not tired. You're still okay, nice. You're still active. Who's tired? You're tired, are you? Tired. Exactly. Are you tired, sir? Everybody's tired. Wow. Like only that have 9 lives here. Okay, okay, now you're feeling headache. You're not tired, you're feeling headache. Okay. Mr. Celestin, are you tired? Everybody's tired. Wow. Oh, can sleep. Just watch the videos. Actually, you can sleep. That's why you can sleep because it's fine. Don't know when you sleep, you have a fresh kind of good fresh. You understand? You can even sleep in class now. So we're gonna have our script tag. And in the script tag, we're gonna have our source file, SRC. And the SRC is gonna take in app.js. App.js. Do you understand? So now so we exported script. Where did we import it? That means what? It does not really mean, eh? Yeah, just a moment. I'll explain this. I'll take your 2 questions and we'll end the class. So, okay, we'll take questions then. So what I'm saying is that you imported it from your what? Script. That means importing it here means that it's what? It's a what? No. What we're trying to say is that we exported this from where? Script.js. Imported it with app.js. Now, importing your app.js here means that what? App.js already has what is script. They're already linked together. They're not linked. You are just using a function, a module created from one file to another. You see? That's what I'm trying to say. That you don't need to link it to HTML because this is not your main file. This is not your main JavaScript file. Your main JavaScript is app.js. You're not trying to use a function from another file in app.js. You exported this function from script.js and imported that same function in where? App.js. So you are calling the function in app.js, and then in your index of your HTML, you are looking at app.js. That's what your modules are. Now I'm going to set the type, and I'm going to say the type of what? Module. Why? Because it's a module. Now, if I go live now and check it out, automatically you should have what? Alert or what? So let us wait for it to load up. So if you refresh, can you see that the alert is what? Welcome. Why? Because it is a module. Do you get it now? Now that's the same thing in your Firebase. In your thing, you are importing what? Why are you importing? Get authentication and create user. The Firebase auth is like on an existing Firebase authentication, Firebase API, right? That's a module created. You're not trying to import it into your own application through the API that you've connected. Is it clear to you? Is it clear to everybody now? Now, I'm going to end the class here, but before then, I want everybody to still do something for me. What are you now going to do for me? I believe everybody should have this. Do you have this now? Click on Add App. Can I see Add App? Click on it. Add App, yes. See, Add App here. Click on it. Can I see there is a place that looks like an HTML tag? Click on it. That's your web. Now you can name it anything. So I'm just going to call it what? Tech Edu. right? Then register your app on Firebase. That's all. Hey, this was a mistake. I said tech EUD. It's fine. Now, this is where I'm going to stop. No, don't click it. Leave it. Now, if you click on enter, don't click it. If you click on enter, you should see something like this. Use npm, and then you say what? Npm install Firebase. Is everybody here? It's going to show you what? Use npm install Firebase. But now, right now, we're not exactly interested in because I've not explained package. npm is not actually add. That's like package installers. I've not explained package installers for you to you, and it's something I know I can even see pick up on your own. But we don't actually needed package installers. But now we don't need to use npm. All you have to use was use a script tag, right? Since that's what you've been using. Now, if you change to use a script tag, you should have something like this. Now, I need you to know this place. See these things? They're important. Yes. Can you see API key here? Your auth domain here. Can you see it? Project ID. Can you see it? Storage bucket. Message sender ID. Then your app ID. All these things, they are very, very important. If you lose them, you lose access to your what? To your application. So what you need to do right now is that I want you to copy this. Now, don't actually copy it. Now, if you can see that it's giving you just a moment. Can you see it's giving you a type of what? Module. Meaning that it's a module that you are importing from where? Firebase. Now, what I want you to do, this is why I say you should not copy it, because if you copy it, it's going to copy both the script tag here. And I don't want you to copy the script tag. Why? By using JavaScript. I'm not using a script tag. So just copy everything inside of the script tag, every single thing inside of the script tag. Everything in the script tag. Copy it. If you've copied it, just come back to your VS Code. So come back to your VS Code. I'm going to use this as an explanation. Now, in your VS Code, I want you to create something called Firebase config. Eh? What's that? I don't understand. No, not the new folder. In your normal, what's the name? Your user authentication, that green app. That's where you are. Yes, now that's where you are doing it now. So in that same place that you have your welcome, create a Firebase config.js. See how I did it. Firebase config.js. Now, and paste everything that you copied inside of it. Now, this is where you're going to be initializing your application. This is where everything goes down. So create a file and name it what? Firebase config.js. If you are using TypeScript, you can use TS. That's if you are advanced. I'll go ahead and use TS. But I'm going to be using what? Firebase config.js. Then you can paste it here. Have we all done this? Have we all done this? Eh? No. Register the app now. It's not showing register app. Have you input the name? Input the name now. The register app. So you should have something like this. Now, if you have this, we are good to go for our next one. That's what I'm saying. I said don't copy everything. Copy everything in between the scripts. If you're only showing scripts, remove the script, delete the script. Just delete the script. Now, this is why I show you scripts, because it is assuming that you want to paste it to what? In your HTML file. To use your script tag as your functionality. Now, if you've done that, continue to console. Now, automatically, you have your application. So, in our next class, we'll talk about authentic.